and comedy secret, Jim MacGeorge.
We're going to take a few seconds. Thank you, Howard. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Penny shaved is a government oversight. I'm very happy to be here tonight. My birthday is the 9th of October. I turned 91. I'm telling the truth. I'm happy to be anywhere. I am thinking seriously about retiring and living off my savings. But I don't know what I would do the second week. And I joined a gymnasium a year ago. And in only 6 months, I lost $150. I'm happy to be there. Last Sunday, I was home just kind of relaxing, and there's a knock at the door. I opened, he said, "I'm a Jehovah's Witness." I said, "Well, come on in, sit down. Can I get you a lemonade?" He said, "What can I do for you?" He said, "I don't know. I never got this far before." And, I don't know, they asked me to make a little announcement. I don't know how many of you know Carl Webb. He's 111 years old today, and he said, now wait a minute. Oh no, he's ill. And when I turned around kind of lost, coming over here, and I saw my little gas station. And I said, the guy's rocking a rocking chair. I said, "What's the quickest way to VOS?" And he said, "Are you walking or are you driving?" I said, "I'm driving." He said, "That's the quickest." And I have a little fairy tale that I like. Once upon a time, the prince was romancing the beautiful princess. And he said, "Will you marry me?" And she said, "No." And he lived happily. I had a thief sneak into my house last night searching for money. I woke up and saw him and started searching with him. Neither one of us found anything. And there was a lady in court that was found guilty for stealing a can of peaches. And the judge said, "How many peaches are in a can?" She said, "6." He said, "Okay, 6 days in jail." And her husband said she also stole a can of peas. And everyone was having a good time in the nightclub. And they were dancing and singing and drinking. And suddenly there's a flash of light and smoke, and the devil appeared. Everybody rushed from the nightclub except one man. He just sat there. And the devil looked at him. He said, "You're not afraid of me, are you?" He said, "No, no, I married your sister." I had a physical last Wednesday. The doctor said I could do anything I want, but it better be this week. It's like the stagecoach driver. He pulls into Tucson. He sees his friend Herb. He said, "You got a job yet, Herb?" He said, "Not yet, Curly." He said, "You want to ride shotgun?" He said, "What do I have to do?" He said, "Nothing. You see an outlaw, you shoot him." He said, "I can handle that as a hop aboard." "How?" "They're out there about an hour." He says, "Curly, up on the hill, an outlaw. How big is he?" Big, want me to shoot him? He said, not yet. They go in another hour. He said, how big is he now? About that big. Want me to shoot him? He said, no. They go another hour and a half. He says, how big is he now? He says, he's this big. He says, shoot him. Shoot him! He said, I can't. I've known him since he was that big. A psychologist, and he said, your living is determined not by what life brings to you, but by the attitude that you bring to life. And I think he's right. But we all have problems, all of us, and sometimes it's tough to get a good attitude. My computer broke down, and I asked the kid next door, he's 10 years old, he came over and fixed it. I said, what was wrong? He said, it was an ID10T problem. I said, what's that? He said, write it out. It spells idiot. And I loaned a friend of mine $8,000. He had a facelift. Now I don't know where he is or what he looks like. And I had a fender bender, and the guy smashed into my headlight and broke the fender. And I walked over to him and I said, are you drinking? He said, are you buying? And you know, you have to look out for trouble and avoid it if you can. You know, you study it. You know, for instance, never marry a beautiful woman. She'll leave you broken-hearted. Marry an ugly woman. If she leaves you, who cares? And if you're ever attacked by a group of clowns, go for the juggler. And they were UCLA archaeology department found a pyramid, new pyramid. They were inside, there was a mummy on the table, and they were dusting it off. And he looked down, and the lips were moving, and he got real close. And the mummy said, is Larry King still alive? And I tell you, I found out what Jesus said at the Last Supper. You have to be on this side of the table if you want to be in the picture. Someone asked me if I was born in, ever lived in England. I said no. I visited England. I visited Scotland. I've never lived there. The truth is that I was born and raised in Seattle, Washington. My father was Scottish, my mother was Irish, which means I've always had a desperate need for a drink. I just couldn't bring myself to pay for it. And I remember Mrs. Delaney knocked on the door and a tear in her eye, and I said, you having problems? She said, my husband passed away. I'm sorry. Did he have a last request? Yes, he said, Kathleen, put down that gun. And they had a home invasion. And the couple came home early and caught the guy. And he said, you see my face, now I'm going to have to hurt you. What's your name? She said, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, that's my mother's name. I can't hurt you. What's your name? He said, Fred. But everybody calls me Elizabeth. And my dad taught me golf. Golf's been an important part of my life. And I don't play anymore, but I putt on Tuesdays, and I play with an older group. You have to have a PSA of 5 or more just to And Jimmy Stewart loved golf. He said, oh, you know, I like to get out where the grass is green and the flowers and enjoy the outdoors. And I'm using a new high-tech golf ball now. If it gets within 5 inches of the cup, it automatically jumps in the hole. Or don't carry it in your back pocket. And they were interviewing Jack Nicklaus, and they said your name will always be synonymous with golf, and you really knew your way around a golf course. What's the secret? And he said, the holes are numbered. That can be difficult at times. I'll tell you, the couple next door had a big fight, and she went on a cruise by herself. And she met the captain, had dinner in his quarters. After dinner, he pointed at a bedroom. She said, no, I'm married. He said, it's either that or the ship will sink and everyone will be lost. So she got home and the husband said, how'd the cruise go? She said, you won't believe this, but I saved the lives of 2,483 people. Twice. Anyway, the guy putted, and a snail comes up and crawls in front of him, and he throws the snail over in the weeds. He's home, reading the newspapers, and knocking at the door. 2 months later, and he opens it and looks down, there's the snail. And the snail looked up at him and said, what the hell was that all about? And that's what you were going to say at the end of the act. What the hell was that? I read in a medical journal, laughter, I hope you had some good laughs tonight, because laughter is very good for the body. You have a good laugh and it helps the immune system, it helps the heart, it helps reverse the negative stress hormones, and it's very good for you. And also I read that music, to have music in your life is important. And I love music and I love a good lyric. And to me, this is a good lyric. What a difference a day makes, 24 little hours, brings the sun and the flowers where there used to be rain. My yesterdays were blue, dear, now I'm a part of you, dear. My lonely nights are through, dear, since you said you were mine. What a difference the day makes. There's a rainbow before me. Skies above won't be stormy. Since that moment of bliss, that thrilling kiss, is heaven when you have romance on your menu. What a difference a day makes, and the difference is you. I was in a restaurant recently, and 2 overweight ladies sat down at the table next to me. And I said, excuse me, ladies, I detect an accent. Are you ladies from Ireland? She said, Wales. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you Wales from Ireland? And one of the ladies started dancing on the table, and my friend said, great legs. The average table would have collapsed by now. And I'll tell you, my grandfather called me one time and he said, you know, son, when I was a little boy, my mother sent me to the corner store with $1. I came back with 4 bags of potatoes, 3 quarts of milk, 2 loaves of bread, a pound of cheese, and a dozen eggs. Couldn't do that today. Too many security cameras. And I read where scientists have found a way to slow down the speed of light. They take a beam of light and aim it through a post office. You have to be aware, don't you? Awareness is a great word. Sherlock Holmes was aware of everything. He was out camping with Dr. Watson. He said, Dr. Watson, how long have we been out here camping? 3 days now, Holmes. Yes, look up, my dear fellow, and tell me what you see. Stars, millions of stars. What does that mean to you, Watson? It means tomorrow will be a beautiful day. What does it mean to you, Holmes? It means that someone has stolen our tent. And the lady got on the bus with a little baby, and the bus driver looked over and said, that's the ugliest kid I've ever seen in my life. And she went to the back of the bus, and the tears were falling. A gentleman was there. So what happened? He said, the bus driver insulted me. He said, report him. Do you have his number? She said, no. You go up and get his number, and I'll hold your monkey. I was talking to my lady. You know, I met Henny Youngman. I didn't know him well, but I met him. And he was a great comic. And he used to have music and laughter when he worked because he played the violin in between the jokes, right? He said, a guy walked into the doctor's office, said, I broke my arm in 4 places. Doctor said, don't go to those places. Guy walked into the doctor's office, said, my back hurts. He said, take off all your clothes, stand in front of that window and stick out your tongue. He said, my back hurts. He said, I know, but I hate my neighbor. Guy walked into the doctor's office, said, something's wrong with my bladder. I can't control myself. What should I do? And the doctor said, get off of my rug. You know, I was talking to my lady friend, and I said, I may not have all the money in the world, like Bill Gates, buy you cars and jewelry and houses like Bill Gates, but I love you. And she said, that's fine, but tell me a little more about this Bill Gates. That afternoon I said, I hurt my little pinky. She said, that's all right, I have a headache anyway. And I'm talking to my friend, Bill. I said, how's it going, Bill? He said, I don't know, I think I'm going to get a divorce. I said, why? He said, my wife hasn't spoken to me in 2 months. I said, well, think it over carefully. Those kind of women are hard to find. And I said, I thought it was going pretty good. She said, well, I forgot her birthday, forgot to get her a present. And she got mad and said, tomorrow morning when I look out in the driveway, I want to see something that goes from 0 to 200 in 2 seconds. That morning she looked out there. It was a bathroom scale. There's no romance anymore, no warmth, no passion. The couple were in bed watching television. She feels a hand on her thigh, goes up her shoulder, around her shoulder, down her back, and it stops. She said, why'd you stop? He said, I found the remote. You know what we need is a new Frank Sinatra to come along and inject a little romance into this world. When you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes, indeed in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. It was a great town. And I was in the Bank of America yesterday, and I said to the cashier, would you check my balance? And she pushed me. And then I'm at the mall, and they bumped into each other, and he said, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I was looking for my wife. I lost my wife in the crowd. I said, what did your wife look like? Well, she had very dark eyes, long dark hair, kind of a turned up nose, kind of a sexy smile. What did your wife look like? He said, the hell with her, let's both look for you. and as we go through this last few friends. We'll make a few friends. And a good friend is like a precious jewel. They're difficult to find. They're impossible to replace. So we don't wait for the storm to pass. Life is dancing in the rain. And I remember the words of J.P. Getty, who said, "I'm always delighted at the prospect of a new day, one fresh start, one new try. And perhaps there's a bit of magic waiting behind the morning." And I read about a bumblebee. And the bumblebee, if you put him in a glass jar with the lid off, he will still perish. He only tries to escape through the sides and the bottom. He never looks up. Sorrow is looking back. Worry is looking around. Faith is looking up. And we live simply. We love immensely. We care deeply. We speak kindly. And we keep looking up. And I want to tell you that all the performers that were on the stage tonight. Oh wait, I have one more thing. Before I do that, I played the part of Stan Laurel for years, and I had a lot of fun. Chuck the can't play the right. All the commercials you ever see, he did low and high. And I liked the character. Ollie and I were partners for 22 years. And we made 106 pictures together. Hey Stan, excuse me there, what is it, Ollie? Did you ever finish that puzzle I sent you? Well, I sure did. It only took me 2 months. Well, isn't that a long time? Well, on the box it says 4 to 6 years. You're getting dumber every day. If I weren't your friend, I would walk right out of here. Ollie, what is it? Thanks for being my friend. And we all need friends because you count your life by the smiles, not the tears, and you count your age by the friends, not the years. And you don't stop playing because you get old. You get old because you stop playing. So keep on playing. I'm going to play forever, Stanley. Me too. All the people who performed out here on the stage tonight wanted to thank you. You've been a wonderful audience.
Ollie, if you don't hurry, I'll miss my plane.
Well, I'm doing the best I can in this terrible rain.
Would a new set of Vanco wiper blades help?
Certainly. Put them on.
Change to Anco. They clean better than any other blade. Tests prove it.
There, now I can see an airplane. Airplane! Oh!
Don't worry, Ollie. It wasn't mine. That's mine.
Oh!